Why are WoW spenders quitting the pet Tawans? And the answer is simple, because gambling on release is killing the progress. And I can say it from the first person as a WoW spender, maybe between WoW and mid spender. These days, releasing a pet is very hard decision, especially when you're basically gambling. It may sound dramatic, but you know, this is the smartest way I can actually go. And I'm going to share with you why, as a WoW spender, I'm currently avoiding the Tawans gambling and what alternative I'm using. So first thing, let's start with the cost. And why is gambling bad for free to play? And each fail costs resources that you'll never recover. If I go over my pet and I release this pet, maybe I'm just regenerate this pet and I'm taking out the 2 skills and only 2 skills are here, and I have 50% chance to get the Tawan skill. Why this thing is bad is because you go outside, you farm some pets, you get a pet with it's extremely rare these days. Let's start from there. It's extremely rare to catch a pet that is having 1 star Tawan skill. Is very rare. The majority of the time is not going to have 1 star. It's going to be 0 stars. And from there, when it's a 0 star, you go over the skills, you pick 1 star, you get this 1 star, you click on learn, you select this place, and you're going to get a 0 star. This is the baseline I'm talking about. Is 1 star pet is going to get destroyed in the process. From where you're going to get this 1 star skill, don't ask me. I mean, this thing is also hard to be get it. Let's start from there. So you need a Tawan skill and 4 skills to actually level up this specific skill. So this one, even though that's a 1 star, is basically the same with everything else. You're going to need 5 in total. So from no stars, you're going to go at 1 star. Then to extract and be 100% sure to get the 1 star, you're going to need a 2 star there, right? Like this, the odds is going to be in your direction. So you start seeing how the spending here expand and expand and expand, because getting 2 star skill is not that easy. It's not that easy. I mean, I don't have that many. If I go over the skills and I click over the 2 stars, I have like 1, 2, 3. I have 3 2 star skills right here. And I'm not going to use intense follow up because this is for my mage pets. I'm left with the 2 star skills. So the moment I release this pet, and this spell is going to get destroyed. First of all, it's cost some amount of pet coins, so I'm losing pet coins in the process, and etc. I can go on and on and on, especially if you want to extract a 2 star skill. Extracting 2 star skill if you extract the 2 star skill, you're going to need a 3 star skill, and I have like 2 of this. I can actually use both of these 2 skills. In general, they're not something game-changing skills, but what I'm trying to say or point out is it's going to cost a lot of resources just to do it like this and be sure you're going to get the skill. Now, you cannot be 100% sure you can release this pet, and from getting the 1 star Tawan skill, you can get back the 2 star other skill. So it's not like 100%. So the majority of the people, what they're doing is getting a 2 star skill here, and they try to skill up this spell and make it 2 star. And release the pet with the hope of 50%. You know, one time you're going to get the Tawan skill, one time you're not going to get it. But lately I hear some bad things about the drop rates, but this is not the point of this video. I'm going to make a separate video about this. My point is, if you don't get your Tawan skill, the process repeat all over again. You're going to have a 50% chance from 0 skill to make it with 0 skills with 1 skill, and on top of that, it also costs you regenerational potion. If you end up to have a pet like maybe this one, you know, you get the Tawan skill, you get 1 more, both of them are 0 skills, and the third one is 0 skills. So you have to do a regeneration over this pet, which is extra resources to extract to be only 2 skills, because you cannot have a single skill. And again, play the 50-50% game. It's just so hard. And imagine some free-to-play player do all these things in the next maybe 1-2 weeks or maybe 3 weeks, extract a 2-star skill in the process, or extract 1-star skill. He finally catch 5 skills 1-star, and he made the 2-star, something that currently I'm doing right here, and make this talent skill 2-star, and I release the pet and I get this one, and I start the process again. And after the release, I don't get the talent skill, I get this one again, and I start over the process. This is so much, this is so bad for free to play. So what can a free to play actually do? It can just skill upgrade and actually use this one. It's going to be 10. 5 from these skills is going to make 50 points, 50 skill points. If you use on 1-star, it's going to be 100 points. But if you don't want to be gambling in this direction, you can just use a 0 skill and level up the skill. It's going to be slow, but it's going to guarantee you a 50-50 drop chance. And you're going to be sure that you're going to get the skill at high star without actually having like 2-3 times in a row bad luck. Obviously you can get the luck from the first time, don't get me wrong. If I make this skill level 2 or 2 stars, I can just release the pet and I get the 2-star skill. But yeah, just wanted to point out for WoW spenders, free to play, even for mid spenders, because we're talking about the skill, we're talking about the talent skill, which is something that you cannot buy. Just can be horrible if you get couple rows and to be a bad rows in the future. It's just destroying the whole account. You cannot recover from these resources. So I think the smartest way from gambling or thinking is this going to work or not going to work, am I going to get lucky or not, because this is too much stress, you know. Right now when I make this spell 2-star, it's going to be extremely big stress and big frustration for me if I get this one again. So the way I'm thinking to do it is basically just right now this is a 1-star, but I can actually use 5 of 0 stars, get my 50 skill points and move on. I think this is maybe the decision I decide for me personally in this direction. So I'm going to eliminate the gambling because it's going to be strict this amount of points, and I eliminate getting couple rows with bad luck to actually destroy my account. Again, you can get lucky, you can get it from the first time, but just by eliminating this gambling, I think it's going to provide with better stability of your account and better prediction how much is going to cost you to make this pet 3-star. Now, how you can get a talent skill? One of the ways that I don't think is actually applying that much for the WoW spenders, but I think for whales and krakens is going to be very nice. And this is, you can select a 2-star if you're looking to make a pet 3-star, because you're only going to have 1 skill when you buy the pet, I think, not 100% sure. And you look for most cheapest pet to buy. For example, you're looking for Sapphire Farjurak. Here, this one, you can actually have a look with this one. Let me check it out, something more cheap. But this is extremely a lot. This is a lot of pet skills, skill points. So I don't think some WoW spender is going to go in this direction and buy pets just to get the 2-star, which is guaranteed. The moment you release the pet, is going to be guaranteed. But writing high to WoW, time short, price WoW high, maybe buy the price. You may find some cheap stuffs here. For example, this Sand Lizard is having his talent 2-star, costing 75k. Still 75k, I don't even have 75k, so I cannot even afford this. But here's Sapphire Farjurak, which is not with crazy talents, and you can get 2-star. Maybe for mid spenders, whales, this is going to be the strategy for the future, and I think people are going to look to get 8 SWAT, and just to cover this 705 points that you have to have from your three legendary skills. I think this is what they're going to do, and I think this is the future business in the auction house. People just buying the 2-star, because even for whales this can actually destroy their progress, even for krakens, because from where they can actually get they have to gamble. Now they have better option. For example, you have a 2-star here, you can put a 3-star pet skill here, and the chance to get the 2-star is very high. They can afford to do that. But I don't know even if the action can actually help you, even with reduces prices. I still think it's crazy amount of pet coins here. This is just crazy amount of pets. What was this thing? Exchange coins or pet coins. Maybe if the game somehow reduce these prices. Obviously, the good pets is going to still cost tons of coins, because a lot of people are going to bid over this type of pets when everything is maxed. Krakens want to have maxed intelligence, luck, and spirit. So, for example, for this pet, so they're going to bid over the attributes, but the rest of the people, and after they get the pet with the good attributes, they're going to most likely bid over the talent skills for the pet 2-star, and if they get lucky, maybe directly buy a pet with 3-star, but I think it's going to be more expensive to go with pet with 3-star. So most likely the 2-star one, the most crappy one from point of attributes, maybe have a chance to get bought. So yeah, just wanted to open this topic about WoW spenders and how I proceed with the pets, because action right now is not an alternative. I have to be honest. I mean, I cannot even buy the most cheap pet here, which is 2-star. Now, if I filter to 1-star, maybe I'm going to be able to buy the pet. But by the way, I can get some crazy pets. Maybe this is the other strategy that I plan in my head. And if I filter with 0 stars pet, and actually buy a pet with very nice attributes, I think this is also a very nice strategy. Maybe if I look for a Seraphic Drake, still 63k, so much. 70k, no stars. I guess the people just look, since regenerational potions is extremely, it's not that, I mean, they're not cheap, but they're not that they're not a lot also. So just people, when they get like 8 SWATs and the pet can be put it in the action, they do it. Only the people who is putting like 2-star pets actually invest to get some good RNG here. At least this is my observation. There are just not that many pets here to begin with. For Sophia of Arjurak, if you find it with 8 SWATs and half intelligence and spirit maxed, just enough. But anyway, just wanted to talk about how I handle the whole situation with the pets. Don't forget to like the video, also subscribe if you're new to this channel. Let me know in the comments what you're doing over the pet skills, especially the talent one, what you're planning to do, or if you have some strategy, or you can just share the work you're having with the talent skills, because currently I don't have that big work. I'm not gonna lie, just don't have big luck there. And yeah, wish you a great day and see you in the next video.